Hi everyone, it's me, Marina, like Mario, I did that. This is your unemployed friend on the random Friday, yay! So this is about my planner update, since I'm not gonna be consistent about it, and I really dislike when content creators don't follow the schedule that they propose to. I will not do once a month. I'll just be like episode 1, 2, 3. I'll name it as episode. So this is Techo Kaigi update, episode 3, more likely. I will show you guys all my notebooks. It's a rundown of all the journals and planners that I'm actively using right now, from emotional processing to daily planning, dream tracking, creative writing. Each notebook has a purpose, and I will show you guys all the notebooks, not just the ones that I use for this year, but notebooks that I'm using for the year, other years as well. But first, crochet update. Look at this. This looks like a scarf, but it's going to be a cardigan. So I'm building it from down up. It's the whole cardigan, so it's going to be like this when it's done, right? So I will put the sleeves and but I haven't finished. This is going to be a long cardigan. It's really nice. I'm very happy. So I did a lot of time. I finished the blanket. Let me show you. Here. So I finished. Look at this. See? I wouldn't be able to do this if I had a job. It's a huge blanket. It's finished. Not finished because I need to put this in, but I'm procrastinating. Yeah, so looks neat. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. Maybe I'm gonna put it on the couch to look cute, because my couch is pink, so it will look nice on my couch. So let's go. Look at this deck. Here. This is more than 10 notebooks. More than 10. I'm gonna show you one by one very quickly and tell you which what I use each of them for, and I don't know, maybe it inspires you. I'm drinking water because I'm gonna talk a lot and I tend to get very tired when I talk. I thought I had a depression. I like to say like that because I think it's more chic, but turns out my brain was reacting to my sleeping pills. So yeah, I don't have depression. I did have, but it was a side effect. I didn't know why I was having that. So anyways, this is the first notebook that I want to show you. This is the Kanguru notebook from Traveler's Factory. As you can see, I started in 2023, then I dropped it. It's like, nah, because my shopping was very out of control. Let me bring you closer here. What is this? Well, this is a shopping journal, basically. So I buy stuff, take pictures, and I log in here. So this is like I bought a long shampoo. It really works because, for example, I bought the bag and long shampoo in Paris. So I have the thing here. And yeah, so it keeps me more mindful about the things I buy. And these post-its are here with the amount that I spent, and to remind me to print out the picture and put the picture here. I'm a little bit behind, so Here is from the Artist Alley. Here is the Tommy backpack that I got. More Artist Alley stuff. More stuff. My first order on this store. Yeah, so this is it's all my receipts from my trip to France. I tend to keep them all, like, obsessively, because, you know, I'm a journaling girl. So this is the shopping journal. Yeah, I like it. Then I wanna show you my media journal. Yay! It was a books journal. It was supposed to be for books and like the stars. Look. And in here you find the book covers of the books that I was about to read. Yeah, I printed out and it's here. Ooh. And I'm gonna flip through real quick. This is an index. I started in, I don't know, very long time ago. So I wrote a blurb, like my review of my favorite books first. So these are my favorite books of all time. And then when I finished writing about my favorite books of all times, I started to put the books that I was reading. So yeah. And then I decided, like, I'm not gonna read all these books, so I'm gonna write about TV shows as well. Yeah, so that's what I'm doing here. So I need to finish Venom, and then I have other, like, I watched Sinners yesterday on the movie theaters. I read a book as well, like David Goggins book. Yeah, and I watched The Paradise, which is a new TV show, is really good. This is a Midori notebook, like Dot Great Midori, and I hope to finish soon. You guys saw the media journal that I finished with the black pages. Now I'm gonna use this one till it's finished. Yeah, and here more stars. This is like when the movie or the book or whatever is really, really good, I use this one. Yeah. Next, let's see, because I have a list. This, you guys know. So many. My pet journal. So usually pet journals, when I bought this in 2019, let me see if you, when I bought this in 2019, it was supposed to be a tracker for my pets, because I had rescued a few cats, and then I was taking them to get neutered, to get vaccinations, everything. But I used it, but I didn't use much. There's a lot of empty pages, so I decided to reuse it as a journal, to make a homage or soliloquy or an eulogy or whatever you may call it to my pets and all the cute pets that I met before. So I wrote a little bit about my first pet, which is my cat Shinho. He lived 17 years. I really love that guy. He was my best friend. And the little emperor from Japan, he actually inspired me to make this journal, because he made a journal entry about his cat, and I was like, yeah, that's how I feel. So I got the pages, and I planned how many pages I have left and how many pages I should dedicate to each pet. And I planned that on Google Docs, and I just need to write it. I'm just gonna print the pictures and write. I will not write on these pages. This is also memory, it's also part of this of my cat. I have rescued the cats to foster them, but I kept them all. Yeah. I kept them all, I don't care. And if I rescue more cats, I will not fool myself, I will keep them too, I don't care. This was the pet journal. Now I will show you guys my writing journal. This is my writing journal. It's so dusty, sad. I need to clean because it's been some time. This is a Minami notebook. Wow, it's been so long I don't open this notebook. These are the character inspirations, because in my book there's a race called Glacinata, which is someone who's born from ice and they live in the ice planet, and they all are very like, they have purple eyes and stuff. Yeah, so I have a few things, and this came with the notebook. I love this cover. This is the time traveling bird. I feel like it suits the story because the story is about someone who remembers things not in chronological order. So the story is very confusing to write because there's a lot of loose ends. So I use this notebook to keep track of everything. So like, it's like a time traveling story, but it's not exactly time traveling. It's about someone. It's not time traveling in the timeline sense of things, because I don't interpret as a timeline sense, like when you go back into the past you create another timeline, like in Loki and Marvel and string theory. This is more like Back to the Future type of stuff, but there is only one character that can see other timelines, other periods, and she can see the possibilities for the future, the possibilities for the past, and she can visit them, like sort of type like astral projection type of thing, and she changes history, and that causes a lot of stuff, and that's the story. And she does not have any autobiographical memory, so she does not know her age, she does not know where she came from, she doesn't know her name, she doesn't know anything, but she knows everything about everyone. So this is the amounts that I wrote, and we have this amounts left. I love this. These are the town, like the places. So Orion, there's a place called Sofia, there's a place called Messina, this is Orion, this is Alexandria, this is Honduras, Ariostes, because I wrote it in Portuguese, so you guys, I will translate to English this year and publish, but it's like a passion project. Don't expect to make money out of it, not yet, you know, who knows. I just want to write something that I love, and that's what I'm doing. So next we go to my anxiety journal. I think you guys know this one. There was a band here that I pull off. So my anxiety journal is more for like emotional check-ins. I don't write it in every day. It's more like my therapist advised me to write in here, like, because I really worry about static and stuff. She's like, just pour down your feelings when you need to talk and get something out of your chest. Do it that when we feel overwhelmed and things like that. So that's what I do. She said, like, you can read it later to see if your problems are still as big as you thought when you wrote about them, or you can just burn it if you want to. So just no pressure, just write for you, and it really works. It's really good. Next we have a fun journal. So this follows sort of like the same premises, this one, but not necessarily when I feel overwhelmed. It's more like when there's one subject that I want to talk about. So it's not a commonplace, but kinda. So this is another plan that I have for reusing a note journal. So this is my 2020 Hobonichi work planner. We all know how that turned out. So I used up until, so this is still 2020. So I finish here in April, so I still have most of the planner left. And then I started to like doodle, test stuff with stickers, and write my thoughts about stuff. I put the date and the title. Sometimes I write a title, like these morning pages. This is morning pages, whatever. And then I like write something, and like it's kind of like a commonplace, but not really. Yeah, but yeah, it's working. I like it. And I love this cover from Hobonichi. I bought it even though I didn't want to use like a A6, but I love this cover so much. I got it in A5 and A6. Now the big star, this 30-inch planner that I use every day. Not every day, but you know, I'm being very loose with it. Don't really care about it. I think we put a lot of pressure on ourselves to make the planner really cute, perfect, plan every day, track everything. You don't need to track everything. Sometimes one day you feel very inspired and you write a lot of pages. Like in this, I was inspired and I wrote all of this. These are plans for the future. These are plans. So I erase here. So recovery and reclamation plan. So it's my mental recovery type of thing. Like, what should I do? What are my priorities? I decided that I should not prioritize job seeking because I have been living on, I've been running on fumes for the past years. I feel like since 2008 I have been running on fumes, guys. Since 2008 I have been doing international trips around the world. Like, I traveled to Korea. First time I left the country was 2008. I traveled 40 hours to Korea. Then 2009, 40 hours back to Brazil. Then 40 hours. So from 2008, then 2014 I finished college. I graduated in Korea National University. And then I finished like, I'm not gonna travel again to Korea. Like, come on. 3 months later, I was back in Korea for work. So like every other year, every year I went to Asia, which is like 40 hours trip one way, and then 40 hours back. And then I traveled 3 to 4 times to Europe, which is around 10 to 13 hours, and to USA, which takes about 15 hours because you have to do immigration, all this stuff. So I've been traveling like that since 2008. So I feel like I had no home for most time. I felt like my home was traveling. And let me tell you, I feel like I'm getting so anxious right now because it's on May 8th was my no travel birthday. I remember in 2020 I was nuts. I was like, dude, if I would go on a plane to anywhere, I just need to travel. I just need to go. You know, I got addicted to traveling. I'm still addicted to traveling, but it's so tiresome. And yeah, I feel like for the first time I'm taking it easy. I'm calm, trying to be with myself more. And I felt like this traveling, running around, was a coping mechanism for me to run away from my issues, kinda. I don't know how to explain it, to go to therapy for that, but yeah. So I'm trying to do this like shadow work, kinda. I was reading about it, it's like really resonated. It's like, yeah, shadow work makes sense. So shadow work is basically therapy, solo therapy. So I did thinking a lot, writing on my journals, no pressure. So here is April. I need to decorate May because we are in May. And these are the weeks that I have, because I got this on this week, on the last week of April. And I use it's been 3 weeks in this planner. And the dailies, I think I showed you guys before, my planner. So yeah, so this is the daily planner, the start. Let me see my list. Then we have my dream journal. This is also the dream cover from Hobonichi. And inside we have a note for planner, not for notebook from Kimber. I write my dreams, but dreams that I dream when I sleep, not my dreams like for the future. So when I sleep and I have a weird ass dream, which is almost every night, I write it here. I have, what is this? I wrote the date, but I didn't. Anyway, so yeah, it's a good way to remember later, you know, what if I'm writing about the future. Oh, what is this? Oh, nice. Oh, these are nail polish. Oh, neat. So yeah, this also is a refurbished notebook. It was what do you call it? Bullet journal. I set up a whole notebook for NaNoWriMo, and I use like 10 pages, and this is it. So yeah. Then we have my tarot journal. During pandemic, I learned how to read tarot. Yeah. So I'm using, this is from last year, I didn't finish. I'm going to finish all the pages. I used to do a lot of readings and impressions and stuff, but I am only doing full moon, new moon check-ins. I have bought this on Etsy, the tarot cards. It's a printable, and I print the picture, the sticker paper. And this is a notebook therapy journal. This is from the, you know, the box that they make every year, like the lucky box. They have a notebook, they had these stickers here. Yeah, so I use this for my tarot journal. I think it's really neat and it suits that, but these thick pages, they piss me off, so I don't know, maybe I'll drop it. Then we have my finance journal, which I have showed you guys before. It's the mother. I use this pen for color coding. Not much action here, but you know, it is what it is. Then we have my old boy, the Hobonichi, for memory. Just what happened on the day. And then we have this, which was my work notebook, but now is my job seeking notebook. So remote game company, I make like lists. I'm making lists of the companies. I'm mainly tracking this on Google Sheets, but I decided to write here about all the notes, like interview notes and stuff. Haven't gotten any interview, just AI stuff and rejections, but I'm not trying too hard. So I'm going to use this notebook for these types of stuff. I love this one, it's so cute. It's such a pity. Oh. And last but not least, my 5-year Techo. It really is pissing me off, this one. This is from 2023, 24, 25, 26, 27. So I have been very consistent on the first 2 years, but haven't written anything. Oh, I don't know if I want to look back. So many bad things happened. And you know, see this, I rescued this cat and he passed away. I regret so much not taking him earlier, not finding him earlier. I will never do that again. I will grab every cat that I see. He's so beautiful. Unfortunately, he died. I did my best. I gave him medicine. The vet even teach me how to apply injection, but his disease was too advanced and I wasn't able to save him. I was taking him every other day to the vet to get IV treatment, and I spent like a whole shitload of money. I don't remember how much I spent because I really don't care, because it's a life, you know what I mean? So I don't give a fuck. I just, you know, if I could just buy him to be alive, I would. But unfortunately, I'm gonna cry. Anyway, so it really sucks because if I were more decisive and I might have gotten to him earlier, I don't know. He was so nice, such a nice cat, so docile. I was giving him very painful injections and he just like, oh, I feel pain, but he didn't ever was mean to me. He was always so nice, so kind, and he just wanted to be on my lap and be with us, you know. Anyway, so he had 2 viruses that were advanced. The cat leukemia, he had leukemia too, and it was very advanced. We got transfusion, we did everything we could, but he was so weak. And then he got the cold, because I was like, we gotta take him before it gets cold outside. Although we live in Brazil, it's not that cold, but it was rainy season. So my cat, she sensed that I am sad, so she came over. So yeah, my baby girl. And yeah, this is it. I don't wanna look back, so I'm like, oh fuck this, you know. Here I got fired from my job I loved, then not fired, I left, I quit. Which is even worse, you know, then you get so harassed that you have to quit on the job that you love because of people, not because of the job, because of manager, cruel, mean manager, and people who just simply don't give a shit. So I just quit. So yeah, what you doing? My cat Sheldon. This is when I first learned crochet. Yeah, so happy memories, sad memories, but yeah. This is the last notebook. I hope you guys like the video. This is my current, all the notebooks that I have started but not finished. I do not think I will finish them this year because I'm not writing a lot, but I love them all and they all have a purpose, and sooner or later they will be finished and they will go to my collection and they will stay and I will go to heaven probably. I really like the concept of leaving the notebooks behind because it's like having a glimpse into another era. I have found a journal that belonged to my grandma when she was 20 years old, and I still have it, and she wrote about her dreams and the things that she wanted to do. She said she wanted to be a modiste, which is in today's language fashion designer. And you know, she was never a modiste, but she was so great at making clothes. She made clothes for my aunt, she made clothes for me. She was great at making clothes. She would make dresses for everybody. So in a way, she was a modiste. She would, You know, if you take a picture like from a magazine and you show it to her, be like, I want something like this, she would just replicate exactly the same. It was great. Like my grandma, and she would like, I remember since I was child, the only girl in the family, she would make a dress for my aunt, her daughter, and then she would get the leftover fabric and be like, oh, I'm gonna make something for Maria. So since I was a baby, she was making stuff for me. Yeah, I really liked the stuff she made for me were very like old-fashioned, like flower print and stuff, and it was very dark. So, but I liked so much that my grandma made me stuff that I would wear the leather jacket with the flower print shirt, like old grandma style, and people are like, oh, Marina has such a style, she's so stylish. I'm like, yeah, bitch, I'm very stylish, but I only wore that because my grandma made me. Anyways, guys, thank you so much as always to, you know, be a part of. My cat is like, oh my god, Narizinha, what the fuck, girl. I gotta go now. I will film stop during the night, because during the day, stop, because during the day the dogs in my neighborhood are so noisy and there's a lot of planes, but at night it's better. So I'm gonna film at night, even though the lighting is not that great. Maybe I buy a light.